Well, good morning, everyone. May I say how wonderful it is that we have spiritualists from all parts of Great Britain who have travelled through the night, and some found accommodation, others came very early this morning, that we may meet here in this very magnificent hall at Wembley to celebrate 100 years of spiritualism as was seen by those great pioneers of the past. I'm very proud that I can say in this centenary year that I was the president to follow the first president that made such an impact on this country of spiritualism, Mrs. Emma Harding Britten. And to think that 100 years ago she had this dream that churches, instead of being isolated, could come together in a great union. And it was she that gave to us those 7 magnificent principles of which the Spiritualist National Union accept, and of which covers all the fields that are necessary in this life. And to know that people of all religions accept those particular principles. And I think that was what Emma Harding Britten envisaged, a movement that could be accepted by all religions as a unifying movement to bring them all together into one great whole. I think that she understood what we teach our children, and that is that all are parts of one stupendous whole whose body nature is, but God the soul. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is a day we must all remember. And perhaps in 200 years, when they celebrate again their second centenary, we that are here this day will be here again from the spirit world to say we were there at the first. And I'm reminded, ladies and gentlemen, by 2 great people who stood at the Royal Albert Hall in 1934 when there was a remembrance service where the speaker was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the demonstration of mediumship was by one of the greatest mediums spiritualism has known, Mrs. Estelle Roberts. And he gave his lasts. He was a very sick man. He got out of bed to come to take that service, and it was his last service for spiritualism. And the great medium, Estelle Roberts, gave her remarkable demonstration to a hall that was packed to capacity. And after she had finished her demonstration and the service was over, he went up to her and said these words: "Go forward, prove the continuity of life in all parts of the world, and don't give an inch." Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have come here to prove that from those very few churches in Manchester, that was the beginning of our union, we are saying 100 years later, we have gone forward. We are proving the continuity of life after death. We have tried to uphold the 7 principles of modern spiritualism, and we are not giving an inch. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that if we can just this day be together as we are, all friendly, meeting each other, speaking to each other, seeing among you many of our old workers who perhaps now have retired a little, although I don't think we do retire. The funniest thing is that as we get older, we get better. No, I'm very good, really. And I mean, I thought I was marvelous when I was a boy of 12. But I really am good now, and well, you know how old I am. And I say to these young ones, you know, that coming along who are so good, if you can be as good as me, you'll do well. You see, that's the spirit. We never give up. And I'm going to say this without any fear whatsoever. The Union will still be here in another 100 years. And spiritualism will be in every country of this world because they need it. Spiritualism is needed to unite the world together into one great brotherhood. And we have the greatest power behind us, the power of the Spirit. And they will be with us. I think this is a wonderful occasion. It's lovely to see you. I've tried to shake hands and speak to as many as I can, and if I haven't been able to do, I apologize. I just haven't seen you. But let us also remember that in this hall there will be tens of thousands of spirit people. And may I say to the Wembley people that, you know, have this hall will never ever be the same again. Because we will have put something in it that was never there before. And these tens of thousands of spirit people that are here, way back in those early beginnings, right up to now, the message has gone out to them, meet at Wembley. And like you, they haven't come by bus like you, but they're here. There's not one little space that there's not a soul who is visiting us today. So we have come, ladies and gentlemen, to be with our pioneers and bless them for the work they have done, and for all those presidents that started their churches. They too will be here to rejoice with us that for 100 years we fought our battle. We got our recognition through Parliament, and today we can freely stand and say we've done a good job of work. And they, with them, we shall continue. Go away from here, taking the memory of today, but doubling our efforts to see the world knows we're here to stay. And we shall never give an inch. We shall never give up. So, Sir Arthur, you are our president in spirit. I hope you're here. And I hope, too, that you will know we've kept our word. It is my great pleasure to declare our day of celebrations open. Have a great day that will live in our hearts